Well, hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, we've got Capelin on Driftwood. Well, just recently here on the channel, I brought you my 2025 vacation video from Newfoundland, Canada. And I said that we would like to venture into some East Coast themed projects. And that's what we're going to do today. And it's going to start off with a very simple project, so easy on the scroll saw or bandsaw. And that would be Capelin on Driftwood. Now, I was inspired by this by both a sculpture that I saw when we were at the Auk Island Winery in Twillingate, but as well, a friend of mine knows somebody that has a sculpture from another artist that they've done something similar to this. So inspired by both of those, I decided that we would make our own version here today on the show. And it all starts off with a simple pattern that you can download from my website. Well, this is the pattern that I have come up with, and it's a very, very simple pattern. This is our Capelin right here. And guys, while this is not an exact replica of a Capelin, that's not what we're after here. What we're after is a nice artistic rendition of the running of the Capelin. So this is our pattern. What we're going to do for starters is we're going to create a template. So I need a 1/4 inch thick piece of hardboard. It can be 1/8 if you want, whatever you have. It's really kind of scrap wood at this point. And I'm going to adhere this pattern onto our stock using some spray adhesive. And once we get that done, we're going to do an interior cut over at the scroll saw in order to get this template cut out. Okay, so there's our template. Now guys, on the original pattern, there is right here in the Capelin a mark that denotes where we're going to drill a 3/32 diameter hole. But honestly, it should have extended beyond there so that it was marked on our template. And while the pattern does not reflect this mark that I've extended here at the moment, by the time you guys download it, that line will be extended on your pattern for the template, because we need to mark that hole. But what I have is a bunch of scrap. In this case, it's maple. You can use whatever species you want or mix it up with different species, but I had some 3/8 thick scrap pieces over in the rack, and I've cut them all to be roughly about 1 by 4 inches. They're not perfect, and they don't have to be. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to line up our fish here onto our pieces of stock. Okay, you know what? Honestly, that 1 inch is kind of tight. I might even go 1.25 inches to give us more room to mark, but we'll see how it goes. And we're going to trace around the inside of the template, just like this. And we want to be sure that we also mark the spot for that hole. We just need to put a little tick line there to denote that hole. And once we get this done, for as many of the Capelin that we want, we're going to mark them out, and then we're going to take them over to the scroll saw and cut these out. For these, in 3/8 stock, I'm probably going to use a number 3 reverse tooth blade. And there we go. I've cut 8 of them. I don't know if this is going to be enough for my project, but with the template, it's very easy to cut extras if I need it. So anyway, what I've done is this mark that I placed here on the bottom of our Capelin, I have transferred that and extended it across the bottom, and then placed a mark in the center of our 3/8 thickness of stock. Now guys, the way that this pattern was created, it's created in such a way that if you marked and cut carefully by sitting it like this on its head or upside down, it will allow for this 3/32 diameter hole to be drilled. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these all over to the drill press. I'm going to center punch this mark that we've made, and I'm going to drill a 3/32 diameter hole approximately halfway down through each one of our pieces. And because of the design, that should give us the proper angle here so that all of our fish will be swimming pretty much horizontally. If they're a little off, don't worry about it. fish don't swim in perfect lines. All right, so now with all of our holes drilled, what you want to do is sand each one of your fish. Guys, we want to take all of these harsh edges off. If you have any uneven edges, you can sand that off. Basically, sand it up, make it smooth all the way around. This will be, if you're using different species, the final colors. But for me, I'm going to be painting these, so I want this to be a smooth surface. So get them all sanded up, and then we can move on, and I'll show you the type of paint that I'm going to be using for these. All right, so I've just gone to the local dollar store, and I've picked up some of this Deco Art acrylic paint. Now guys, I've got a few shades of blue here and greenish blues. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to paint our maple fish. I'm going to do maybe 3 of the darker color and maybe 3 of the next darkest color down, and then 2 of the really light blue here. And we will let those dry. You can easily just get some scrap blocks of wood and drill some 3/32 diameter holes in it, and just use some pieces of dowel to be able to sit them there as a drying rack, so that you don't have to hang them or look for a place to put them while the acrylic paint dries. Well, while we're waiting for the paint to dry, I have here the piece of driftwood. If you remember, I said we went to Sandy Point in Newfoundland, Canada, and I brought this back with me, and it was specifically brought back for this project. But I can't replace this if I mess it up. So what I've done is I've taken some cardstock and I've cut out a bunch of our fish. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape them along here onto our driftwood to see where I want these to be arranged. I think what I want is 3 different layers, a dark, medium, and then the light. And from there, once I get this all sorted out, I can mark where my holes go, and then I'll take it over to the drill press and drill holes for our dowels. But now I can't decide if I want to have my driftwood like this, or this is kind of interesting too. This is a different way to look at it. And I'm wondering, maybe, you know, fish along the back row here, and then some in the middle, and then of course some maybe down here in the front. So just a different way of looking at the driftwood depending on which way you angle it. I don't really like this way because I don't like this ledge here, but I'm thinking maybe this way could be really cool. So let's get these arranged and see what we think of that arrangement. Well, I'm pretty happy with the placement of these fish. I think I just need to shift everything just a tiny little bit. And when I do, then it'll be right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark where I want all of these holes, and then I'm going to head over to the drill press. And what we're going to do is wherever I mark the holes, I'm going to drill a 3/32 diameter hole. Now, it is important that the holes be square sort of thing. So make sure that however you situate your driftwood onto the drill press work table, that it is stable. That way it's not rocking and you're not getting holes that are all different angles, and then you end up with your fish at all kinds of crazy different angles. That's not what we're after here. So let me get these drilled, and once that's done, we can pretty much start putting our fish into place. Well, I've taken all of my cardboard or cardstock fish off of the piece of driftwood, and I'm going to now mount my painted fish. Now guys, don't forget that you don't want to just space it side to side, but give it some height spacing too, to kind of give it a little bit of contrast and something a little different. So I don't think that we need a video of me putting fish on here, but I'm going to get my fish mounted, and then when I get that done, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, and once you're happy with that, these can be glued into place. Right now they're just dry fit. I've kind of angled them on the driftwood. I didn't want them straight across. Give them a little more character and angle it just a touch, not much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue all of this in, and that would be it for this East Coast inspired project. And there you have it, Capelin on driftwood. Guys, this is the first in a series of hopefully East Coast inspired projects inspired from my vacation this summer on the East Coast of Canada, specifically Newfoundland. Guys, this is a fantastic project, so easy to do with very little supplies. 8 3/32 diameter dowels, some scrap wood 4 inches by 1 inch by 3/8 of an inch thick, and a chunk of driftwood that I found on vacation at Sandy Point. Now guys, think of it this way. We're always on the search for souvenirs for family and friends when we're out on vacation. What better souvenir than to have a piece of driftwood, make this project utilizing that? And you know what, how about engraving a plaque on the front of it? Say Newfoundland 2025. It's a great souvenir idea and it looks fantastic. I really love the colors here against the contrast of that kind of washed out driftwood. Now, I will be sealing this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a spray of, I guess, a satin finish water-based varnish just to seal everything in and complete it. And I may do that engraving, Newfoundland 2025, just to commemorate our vacation. The paint, dirt cheap. I got it at the dollar store. The dowels, I already had. The driftwood I got for free on the beach, and the pieces for the fish, that was just scrap out of the rack, stuff that was too small for other projects and that sort of thing. Now, I did say earlier in the video that that 1 inch by 4 inch was kind of tight, and I wasn't kidding. I still made it work, but if you have the scrap, go a little wider, go 1.25 inches, give yourself some room to work on the scroll saw. Or even if you have a larger piece, you could draw them out on the larger piece, and that makes it easier to handle on the scroll saw. Don't have a scroll saw? Use your band saw. It's the same thing. Use a coping saw. These things don't have to be perfect. They honestly don't. They could be as rough cut as you want them to be. This is an artistic project. This is not an exact representation. This is not fine woodworking. What it is a heck of a lot of fun. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you've enjoyed the project. That pattern for the Capelin, that little fish shape, that is available on my website. Just visit acutabovewoodworkings.com, click on the free pattern section, and you'll find it there. It's a free download, and if you're interested in this project, by all means, download that free pattern and have at it. You know, go to it, cut as many fish as you want. Now guys, remember, just because what I did here was a certain way or a certain arrangement, that doesn't mean that you have to do the same. Mix it up, mix up your colors, do whatever you want to do. If you don't want to color it as it says on the pattern and you want to leave it natural wood species, by all means, do it. I mean, this is your project. Whatever you're happy with, whatever looks good to you, that's what you should do. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, if you found any part of today's show interesting, entertaining, informative, fun, why not like and subscribe to the channel? We have an absolutely amazing audience base here on the show, and I'm hoping that you're going to consider becoming a part of that. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the project. I hope you're going to take advantage of the free download on my website and make one of these for yourself. And more importantly, I hope you're going to join me again next week when I bring you yet another woodworking video.